Hi everybody, I'm Stitch Kitten, and today we are gonna do a whole lot of doodle nothing, because I did not have any plans, but here you guys can look at the stuff that's already in my sketchbook. It's some Hatsune Miku clown and flowers. I don't know why. I was just doodling. But, there's sketchbook down here still, so we have to use it. Um, and I'm thinking, at least to start out, I'm gonna just doodle some cats, because, we have some cats that are always about. Alright. Alright. And also, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of plans today, so if you guys wanna jump in and, give me shiz to do doodle ideas, this is definitely a day where we could have some doodle ideas. But yeah, I'm just gonna start out and doodle a little cat playing with a butterfly because I ain't got big creative ideas today, and I think that's gonna be cute. And if you guys wanna give me big creative ideas to steal, I totally will. Oh, and then a little tail. Yeah, sorry. I am here. I am being queer and supportive and all that, as per usual. But also, yeah, I'm kind of sad. I'm trying to keep the energy up today, but yeah. Um, for those people who aren't as tapped into my social media or whatever, my grandma died last week. I'm very sad about it. She was the best. My grandma was the best. I know, we were literally talking last week about needing more good old people energy about she was some good old people energy. It's really sad that she's not here anymore. It's gonna be sad for a long time probably. She was good at so many things, and she was so nice to everybody, even if they didn't deserve it. And she was just the best kind of lady, you know? If you guys have seen me wearing this gold bangle, I got this from her a little bit before she passed. It's an heirloom. And this one I got just now after she did, and is also an heirloom. If you guys want to look it up, it's like a cute little pin from the 50s by Bacher. Bacher, I think is how you say that. Um but yeah, it's a skunk. I loved her so much, guys. She is gonna be so missed. She was from an itty bitty little town, and 1% of the whole town's population showed up to her funeral. That's not hyperbolic. Like, an entire percentage of the town's population showed up to her funeral. They had to open like a bunch of extra rooms. Um, and she was an older lady. She died peacefully in the evening at her home. Best with, her husband and all that, best you could ask for. Um, so lots of the people who would have come to her funeral were gone already. And she's just the best. She was so good. She will be so missed. But yeah, if I'm a little bit down today, I apologize. I'm doing my best to keep the energy up, but I'm a little bit sad. And I know we talk a lot about depression on here, and being sad is not the same as being depressed. It's really not. Being depressed is like something you're supposed to like deal with and get rid of. Being sad is just being sad. It's important. You gotta sit with it. It's different. But I'm just real shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, last week I was really, really sad, which is why I didn't come to stream. But I figured I could keep it together for you guys today, so I'm here. But yeah, if you guys want to give me ideas and not make my brain work so hard, or if you have something you want me to doodle, this is the day. This is the day to ask. I've got nothing but brain space today, so if you want freaking who is that guy? Sorry, I drew one of the Looney Tunes Martians for you guys once. Is his name Marv? Is it Marv the Martian? I'm so bad at names. Sorry, I was just gonna make a little self reference, and now I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's Marv, the alien from Looney Tunes. That's the little freaking guy with the zip gun. I think it's Marv. Hi, Bobby. Oh no. Hold on. My big cat is stalking around, and sometimes when he does that, it means that he pukey. I'm gonna go check that that's not what's up, but I'll be right back. What? Nah, he just wants attention. I was gone for a few days for the funeral, so they're all kind of being attention puppies. It's sweet. Oh, case in point. Hey, Oberlin. You gonna come sit with me? Come here. You guys are getting so big. Look at her. Oh, oh. Look at her. Oh. Hi. Look at the baby. You're getting so big. Oh, pepper tail. Pepper tail. Hi. They're so cute. I'm gonna like. They've been so happy to see me. I was not gone that long, but they missed me apparently. Everybody's been mobbing me since I got home. All the kitties, I mean. Yeah, little sweeties. Yes, you are. Uh-huh. And just erase the circle lines. Give him some spots. Hmm. Little Bubby in my lap is purring so loud, you guys. You should get her own microphone so you can hear her purring. I'd have to have like a little lav mic on her or something, probably. But that'd be cute, right? Little lav mic for the purr kitty. Or the little purry ball. Is that you? Are you a little purry ball? Yeah, huh? Alright. Surely. Oh, yes, hello. Eating my finger. Okay. What in the heck should we draw, guys? What should it be? I don't even know. Um, okay, sorry. I'm just trying to think of something to draw and I'm drawing a blank. Ha ha ha. You guys want to see me draw? For real. Drawing ideas day. Somebody give me something to do. If not, I'm gonna sit here and look awkward. Sip my coffee because I don't freaking know. What should it be? Hmm. What if we ask the internet? Okay, I give up. I'm asking the internet because I don't know, and I want to stop sitting here looking silly. Pinterest has always got ideas. There's a lot of AI ideas on here now, unfortunately. But besides that, oh, true. I'm gonna draw mushroom cats. Mushroom cats are so cute. Okay, hold on, let me get some of the promo thingies at the top to where the reference go. Oh, sorry. I would totally show you guys just like the little Pinterest page on the side, but also some of my feed may or may not be uh not so safe for the stream. I don't want to get in trouble, so I will show you guys mushroom cats after I draw them. Oh, speaking of cats, is someone coming up? Or are you just playing with my chair? Come on up. Come on. Go say hi. You come say hi? No, you're just playing with my chair? They have played with my chair plenty. Can't tell. Oh, they're so free. No, for real. Them being so sweet when I get back has made me feel so much better. You know, if you guys like they say pets are good for your mental health and all that, and like I don't always think that's true. But I do think like having something that is consistently going to enjoy your company, even if it is because you feed it or whatever, that's good for you. Have something to come back and be like, oh my god, you missed me. Even if it's because, I wasn't here to give you food or cuddles or whatever. Like, that still counts. I mean, do people really give a crap about you because of, like, better reasons? I kind of feel like they don't usually. So, you know, cats are cool. I like my cats a lot. They're so sweet. And we're gonna draw some mushroom cats. Mushroom cats. And if you guys are still not getting the idea is that it's cats, and then they have like big toadstool caps on their heads, or maybe like their little scruffy, like, yeah, the little scruffs that they have are like mushroom skirts, stuff like that is cute. Is cute. You'll see. We're gonna draw just like a whole page of them. So I'm gonna start with one right here in the middle. We're just gonna do a whole doodle page because I don't think there is like a single cohesive doodle page in this whole sketchbook. So you know what? We're going to do one, and it's gonna be mushroom cats. Mushroom cats. And then you give them like a little mushroom skirt fluff, you know? Like, see, you get the idea. Are you getting it? Is it cute? Are you loving it? I'm loving it. Sorry, excuse me while I scratch my ear on the camera like a freaking goblin. But yeah, it's a toadstool, a cat, a whole thing. Goblin. Gonna draw a bunch of oh, look at the little toadstool kitty. So cute. And then I think this is really seeming like an inky type page. So where is my see this is how art ends up the best, you guys. Is you start with absolutely no ideas, and every once in a while, starting with no ideas, that the motivation will take you. It doesn't always work, but I am suddenly very interested in mushroom cats. And I have like a whole aesthetic in my brain, you know. It's gonna be cute, I think. Alright, and this I have these Sharpie gel pens. Uh so we're gonna have like a gel pen outline, I think. And maybe we'll come through with I don't remember if they're Kuretake pens or Funasuke. I have some Japanese colored pens that I might use in this. Hey, my goblins, stop goblining for my attention, because now Hercules is on some shit he's not supposed to be up. Hey, down. You know you can't be here. No, no. Oh, hi. Did you guys see that? I was sat down for like half a second. Hi, Bubby. Say hi. You're so cute. You can just sit with me. You don't have to cause trouble. Nobody else is sitting with me, Goblin. They're so sweet. Hi. And do the little mushroom skirt ruff. Oh, look at it. He's so cute. Then little tail, little kitty feet, and ta-da! Mushroom cat. Look, yeah, it's so cute. Okay, I do want to find those pets. Hold on. It's right over here some. In this. Well, instead then, I'm going to have a red shirt. There it is. And I'm just gonna color this in. Also, for the record, if anybody is looking at me or anybody else who colors big old spaces with really thin lines quickly, like I'm doing, and you're like, man, that seems kind of like tricky or whatever. Like, I wonder how you do that so fast. Um, the answer is legit practice and muscle memory because I thought exactly the same thing and I looked it up and they were like, yeah, just do it a lot. You'll get used to like where your pens start and stop, you know, or like where your little freaking hand motions start and stop and stuff like that. Um, and just stay, just be conservative about it. A bunch of stuff like that, just literally be careful, but said fancy. So, yeah, there's no trick, unfortunately. It's just get good, cry if you mess up. All right, what I feel like I want like some yellow or some peach or orange or something. I don't know what. Maybe I'll just leave it alone for right now. I'll decide later. maybe after I put some more apps in here, it won't seem so bland anyway, and I won't care about adding more colors. Okay, right here, I think I want to make like a little kitty, like a pudgy Hawaii type kitty, and have him just kind of be like engulfed in the mushroom cap, like maybe it's kind of dragging behind him, like a way too big witch hat. He's got little ears just kind of peeking up right here. Oh, what a freaking cute. Yeah, and then we'll have like the tail is just kind of like sticking out. And he's just chilling with the way too big freaking mushroom cap on. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, mushroom cats was a chill idea. Thank you, Pinterest. I don't know. See that here we have. I just unlocked an art talk for you guys. That is one of my like really big pet peeves when people are talking about doing art is that a lot of the time, especially when people are doing their own art, um, myself included, I'm not saying I'm even immune to this. Like this is a problem in art. Is that people will be like, oh, somebody's already done that. Ah, somebody already drew that one. Mine's not gonna be any better than that. And okay, like as that's not the point. That's not the point. And I get all strung out on it too. It's like, man, why am I drawing these goofy little mushroom cats that are basically like the same as just a slightly different variation on all these Pinterest doodles I see? Like that's silly. Somebody else already drew all these mushroom cats. It's like that's not the point. The point is I'm drawing the mushroom cats. Me. I'm doing it. It's my drawing. It's mine now. It is not going to look the same as the other people's drawings. Even if it looks worse, it won't look the same. Like, there is, like, unless you are tracing it to purposefully create someone else's work, you don't gotta feel bad about the fact that somebody else made shit first. That's how ideas work. Like, all ideas. Like nothing came out of the void. Your ideas can seem you can think you had the most original idea ever, and I promise you that if you Google that idea, it probably already exists. Like there is there is like an itty bitty little teeny tiny chance that you have any novelty or originality in anything that you do. And even that will be circumstantial. Like it will be because it's you and not because it's some great big grand new idea. Like people do not like your neurons were built on the world, Earth, and they collect information about you. You will never make a brand new idea. That's not how ideas work. So I think it's really funny when myself or other artists are like, I can't do this drawing because somebody else already did it. And it's like, so you can't do anything ever because somebody else already did that. Somebody else always already did that. Like, even if you are the first person to beat a speed record. Somebody else already tried to beat that speed record. Just because you did it first doesn't mean you had a brand new idea, right? Like, maybe you had a brand new idea on how to get it done, but somebody else probably tried a variation on that brand new idea that you had to get it done, and you just did it better. Like, trying is the point. I have these socks, and I love them so much. They're little. I don't even like pink. I basically have never worn pink until I was an adult. Because as an MBA fab person, I was like, I don't want to be a girl. I don't want to like have girl things. Pink can go away. Um, but now as an adult, I don't care so much, and I have these pink dolphin socks that say, "Just try sucking at something." And I love those so much. They are like I it's such a good sentiment, and they're also just cozy socks, like, cuz you should just try sucking at something, cuz that's how you try. It doesn't have to be good. Trying at stuff and expecting it to be good is how you don't try. And yeah, that'll be the end of my soapbox probably, but also I think it's really silly when me and other people get bogged down on being original because nothing is original. That's not how ideas work. That's not how things progress. Like, we get really hung up, I think, especially in the US with originality because of especially like copyright laws are so strict here. Um, but also like the point for hundreds and thousands of years of all creation, all art, all anything was for it to be like shared and disseminated and changed for each individual person. Like, that is the point, is for everybody to get it, right? Everybody to get it however they want. And like, I think it's so silly to not make stuff because you think like it's already done or whatever, because it isn't. You didn't make it. Somebody else made it. So the one that you would make is not done. And if you don't make it, then nobody else gets to see it, you know? Like, sorry, I said end of PSA and then I kept talking, but no, I think that that is something that myself and many art people could stand to remember, is that legit nothing is original ever. And if you're trying to be original, you have already lost. I didn't think up mushroom cats. I looked on Pinterest. But I'm also going to draw mushroom cats based on all of these cute little doodles and not trace anybody's specific artwork, because ideas are not, they don't belong to people. It's so silly when people act like ideas belong to them. That's not how ideas work. Ideas aren't like property. They just are, you know? It's like science. Like, science doesn't belong to people. You can be like, ah, this is my scientific study or whatever, but that doesn't mean somebody else can't go and like repeat your scientific study. Maybe they don't get the kind of credit you got for doing it the first time, but maybe they do something different and they get even more credit because they did a better experiment than you, you know? Like, originality is a myth and it's silly. That's my whole point. It's a silly little myth, and people should worry about it a lot less. But that's okay. If you guys want to take one of my drawings and redo it or something, You should totally tag me though. You should just like tell me that you did that so I can see. Not because I, want to come be a butt about your drawings, but because I like, I like when people are inspired or whatever. I Okay, if you guys are into this, you guys will have to tell me where I should start this. I think most of my engagement, social media wise, is on Instagram or Reddit. I don't get much on YouTube, so if you are a YouTube watcher, you'll have to, at me. But I think it would be really cool if I know a lot of you guys also draw, so if it would be really I think it would be really cool if I did like, some little drawing prompts and I was like, here's my drawing for the drawing prompt and you guys like also did little drawings for the drawing prompts and maybe we could like show them off on stream or something. I thought that'd be fun. But I would obviously have to have you guys like engaged and interested in that if you wanted. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And like I said, somebody somewhere will have to ping me and tell me if you want that to be on Reddit or Instagram or whatever. Uh, I think Radius has had the most vocal votes on stuff. So if you're not Radius and you send me something, I will try to take into account that you said something and Radius always says something. So just saying, if that's you and you're normally a lurker and you wanted to say something and you're worried about uh me playing favorites or something, I do try not to, even though Radius does talk a lot more than some of you other guys. Um, but yeah, sending good vibes to Taz always. Miss Taz. Hope Taz is doing okay. And I'm just cleaning up this other cat that I drew a little bit because I see some pencil stuff still on it. And here, let me start on this other one. Here, I guess I could change the title now that I actually know what we're doing. I'm pretty sure I had it as like some actual concepts. Not that it matters a lot. Okay. Um, Sorry, I'm just making sure I fixed all of that. Yeah, that looks okay, great. Great. All right. Fix. And I'm going to make this other cutie. So many cute little kitties. And if you have a mushroom cat idea, go ahead and shout out. Like I said, this is a group ideas kind of day, and it can still be a group ideas kind of day just because I am drawing mushroom cats doesn't mean I can't still take suggestions or whatever. Like, I'm legit looking at Pinterest references on my other monitor. So if you guys decide you want, like, I don't know, a mushroom basket or freaking a cat eating a mushroom, I don't know. I don't know what your ideas would be. That's my point. If you guys want to give me your ideas, you go right ahead. Otherwise, I will just keep drawing stuff from the internet. Because they're cute. And it was a chill vibes needed kind of day. I hope you guys had really cool gamers that were way better than mine. Oh, look at little mushroom cat kids. They're so cute. Little spots. Yeah, look at those dudes. Aw, freaking cuties. Freaking cuties for real. Alright. gonna color in the store. And I think I had good intuition on adding more colors after I saw whether or not adding red was gonna make this more cohesive looking, because I think probably after I draw all of the cute little mushroom cats, on the doodle page, I could add like some red and black decals in between them, or maybe some other little extra mushrooms with red caps, and that will end up making it look less, monochrome, even though it will still be it won't look like just the one little red detail. So I think I probably will still just keep using the red and black pens for right now until my brain decides otherwise. Or until you guys tell me it looks like crap. Ah, here, I'm gonna pause in the middle of coloring that and sip some coffee for a second. It was a two shots of vodka kind of sip, but two shots of vodka. Okay, for the record, for people who have heard that meme and not actually seen the clip, even if you're not really a memes person, that one is funny. You should look up the two shots of vodka clip. It's from a cooking show, like an old cooking show, and it's just like a Betty Crocker type lady on MGM or the Hallmark Channel or something like that. And she's just like, and to this you'll need to add two shots of vodka. Excuse me. Two shots of vodka, and she just upends the whole bottle, like dumps vodka in there. It's really funny. It's actually really, really funny. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. That is actually a good meme, even if you're not a memes person. I'm not always a memes person, but that one is funny. And sorry, this one's taken me a little bit longer to color because I have to get around all of these little dots, and I don't want to color them in. Also, my pen may or may not be dying already, because it is a red gel pen for making single red lines and not coloring in areas like I'm doing right now. But we'll see. If it dies, I'll get something else. Or maybe I'll just kill all my red gel pens. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what I decide. If this actually dies. Might also just be streaking a little bit because I'm using it quickly and not actually dying. I still need to do like a freaking pen and pencil review thing for you guys. I said I was gonna do that forever ago, and I still want to because my pencil has not gotten less crazy. You know those things cost like 20 bucks now? These pencils that I use cost like $20 now. I think I remember telling you guys like even a couple years ago that they had gone up quite a bit since I started buying them. But like even then, I think I told you guys they were like $8 a piece or 12 or something. They're like $20 a piece now. Um, because everybody else decided they were really nice too. And now they're old enough they have like brand recognition because I'm getting kind of old. So, yeah, unfortunate for me, but also bonus for you guys if you want to listen to me and go buy that pen or pencil. It is dang, maybe it is time. A red pen. Oh, no, it's streaking because I'm using it real fast. It's got plenty of ink. Okay. Maybe I'll get a different paper to scratch at. Oh, you know what I had happen to me also, speaking of these pens being a little bit scratchy? I had my pen clog on an airplane. I have never had that happen to me before. I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen to me before or happen to you before. Like I I was so stunned. I was like, yeah, it's clogged. It's definitely clogged. It's not gonna work. I have tried scratching at this little piece of paper for a hot minute now. It's just definitely not gonna start writing. Um, and I was actually like, I was so miffed that I spent long enough scratching at a random piece of paper that the guy next to me on the plane tried to offer me his pen because he was like, uh, if you like really need a pen, you can use this one. I was like, no, I have another one. I just like really can't believe that this actually clogged. Like it's crazy. Um, but yeah. So Sharpie gel pens. Only pen I have ever had clog on a plane before. Um, yeah. I usually am all for kissing Sharpie's buttholes, but yeah, only literally the only time I've ever had that happen to me with a pen before. Sharpie gel pen. I pulled a completely different pen out of my pocket and it worked just fine, so sorry, Sharpie. Get negative points for me on that one. Though Sharpie has so many points in my book, it would probably be pretty hard to get enough negatives for me to not like them anymore. That's another little bit of an older meme for new folks is I have like actually hundreds of Sharpies if you don't know that one either. I have so freaking many, like actually it's like not hyperbolically hundreds. Um and honestly, like you can sell me alcohol markers and shit all you want, but uh Sharpies are really good markers. They don't last very long, they bleed, they there's all sorts of reasons not to like them. But they're good pigments. I like their pigments a lot, and they're really consistent and they're really flat colors. You know, if you want a good cheap marker, I love Sharpies so much. They're like, $1. It's really kind of hard to beat price wise. But like I said, I do kind of keep the hole usually. Also, sorry, I'm trying to see if my pen will wake up a little bit so I can get this patch filled out a little better here, but I think maybe I hurt the nib or something pushing on it just now. I might have to wait for it to like reload itself. But that's okay. I mostly got it. And we've also been here for an hour and a half already. I don't know how that happened. I drew two cats. Here, what if I put little much to kind of like break up the space, you know? And yeah, you can really tell on that one that my pen is not happy with me. Sorry. Sorry, pen. But yeah, no, I think if I just do little detailing like this, that's gonna break it up enough that it won't look. That's on the borderline. That's just on the outside. And see, that's cute, right? I like that. Some little swirly stuff down here. Okay. See, doodles. Sometimes doodles just as good, if not better, than art or whatever. You know, who cares? Who cares what the difference is? All right. I am gonna stand up and stretch my old guy back for a second because it is giving me issues and I can hear myself groaning on the inside. And I will leave you with these cute little bubbies. And we will be back in a few minutes. I'll try not to take very long. Yeah. So yeah, we will be right back. BRB swing. I never fix this until it's time for me to be using it because I'm really good at streaming. At least you guys like me. I'll be back. I'll be back in a few minutes. The microphone. Cool. Didn't lose it. My microphone seems to be behaving better since I've been home. I don't know what's up with that. I don't think I got a Windows update or anything. But I will take it. Not complaining. I mean, it's definitely Windows' fault that it's been misbehaving, so who knows? Who knows what's up with that? Alright. I see no mushroom cap cat suggestion. So that means we have to steal more internet. Hmm. What about? Oh, I know. We can have one over here that's kind of like a bean cat, and it could be the mushroom fairy. Mushroom fairy. And then give it some little ears poking out its mushroom cap. Give it a little fairy cap. And just oh, look at that dude. We got some cute kitties today. And maybe I want this tail to be like a little bit more pale just because our cat's a little bit slinkier this time. They'll give him some cute little fairy wings. Maybe instead of like a whole skirt, he can have just like a little cuff like that. That's cute. Oh my. I will fix it. I'll plug it in. There. And eraser. Eraser. Nah, the little doodle cats are so cute though. I genuinely like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time people find stuff that they like on accident. Um, and that's definitely true of these little freaking cats, because I ended up doing the little cute cats, like, actually just because of a silly little skill share class that I took once. Um, I was just looking for like little low effort, like representational doodle type things I could do just as like wind down activities, basically. Like, I just wanted some little fun things to do for fun. And to not have to have them be such a big deal, like I was making a lot of my other art stuff a big deal. And I found a little Skillshare class on kawaii cats, and the rest is history on my freaking channel, because I think I did a lot of, I maybe even did some of the lesson like cats for you guys, like way early on. That wouldn't have been on a stream or anything. That would have been pre-stream Stitch Kitten. But I know, crazy. There was a pre-stream Stitch and a little mushroom cat. Some little wings. And I'm just gonna detail the wings just a little bit. I don't want them to look too fancy, but I feel like just leaving them blank is a little bit. Also, you know, I'm trying to go for a very specific kind of vibe I got in my head for this page. So, uh, apologies if I don't explain myself that well, but you know, trust the process or something like that. That's what people say when they don't explain themselves well. Trust the process. Hey, there we go. My pen woke up. I will be nicer to it this time. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of red to the wings, just on the inside where it's not detailed. And I'm not gonna be as picky about filling the color, because I want them to be a little bit filmy looking anyway, compared to the other red. Yeah. And then I think I want to add just like some little tiny red toadstools between all these guys. It's like some little grass deep. Put the illustrations in red pen. Red pen is still upset with me. Sorry. It's because I am very heavy-handed, and I was really digging at it when I was doing this one. And now it's upset with me. I wonder if I have another red pen I can use that will look similar. This probably will. Yeah. This is really close, actually. Great. Oh, look at it. They're so cute. Alright, see, I'm getting bogged down on being with myself, you guys. I'm like, I can't draw the same cat I already drew, even though I'm drawing the same cat over and over and over again. Like, originally, originality is silly. It's silly, baby. Here, I know. I'm going to take one cat and put his butt all the way up in the air, tail sticking up, and a little skirt on his tail. And we'll have like the little skirt tail. Like that. That's pretty cute. Right? What you guys think? I like that one. Oh, the bees. What sweet little babies. Okay. Let me erase the base work on that one again. And we will draw some little mushroom spots in so he mushroomed up with the rest of the kitties. Yeah. Mushroom cats. Hi, Radiant. You're so cute. We needed some chill vibes today, so I didn't. You missed all of my indecisiveness. Where I mean, you could still say mushroom cat ideas, but also, yeah, the sad part of the stream did in fact happen. Sorry about that, guys. But we're drawing doodle cats now. We're doing being here. Yeah, it's okay. My Grammy died last week. I'm a little bit sad. She was a good lady. I went to her funeral and such. We just got back a couple of days ago. But yeah, I'm sure lots of people can. She is a sweetie. I loved her very much. I'm sure lots of people can relate to loving their grandma. Or missing her. But we're here, we're drawing kitty cats because, the world keeps spinning and the world keeps spinning and uh yeah, I did a lot of my being sad already. Like I said, I went to her funeral and just got back a couple days ago because she lived way up north from me. Um, so uh yeah, I spent plenty of time being big, intense sad while I was out there, and I'm a little tapped out on that, I think. But I will still miss her for a big long time probably. 'Cause she was a good one. Yeah, no, she was. That's no, she was like the nicest person I knew. She was always making sure everybody knew how loved and cared for they were if you were about her. She was a big old she was a big old light for everybody. She was nice to you even if you didn't deserve it. So, I'm sure even if I didn't actually do anything, she would still tell me how proud of me she was cuz she was just a sweetheart. And yeah, I was saying earlier, if you guys seen me wearing this bangle, I had it on I think a couple of streams ago. Um, but it was from her mom, and she gave that to me a little bit before she went. Um, yeah, she was the best. She was really. I will miss her so much. Mm. But mm, we're gonna draw some good vibes, little doodle cats, and you know we're gonna be here, be artsy, cause That's she wouldn't have wanted me to be sitting around being sad, and she knew she was going sometime soon. She was getting up there. Everybody had pre-mourned her a couple of times. She had her first big heart attack before I was even born. So I'm sure it was not, you know. No, actually, my grandma was so talented, guys. She wrote all of the like funeral music that was at her funeral and like had it pre-recorded and stuff with like, you know, choir and the organ and stuff. It was really great. She uh yeah, she had like everything written out. She was like, okay, this is where I want it to be. This is who I want to do, like the ceremony. Um yeah. No, for they really did. They really did. She was a class act, my grandma. She's definitely where I get all my craftsy nonsense from, all of my ingenuity, any of my wanting to solve problems, which admittedly is probably less than, you know, me just being good at following complicated instructions. But yeah, that's all her. She's a good one. I attribute lots of my good stuff to her because uh yeah, she's always so kind. She did her best to be so understanding to everybody. Well, you guys have heard plenty of stories about growing up with my parents, I'm sure. So it was rough out here for a bit, and uh, she's always just making sure everybody is okay. And she's such a good lady. I will miss her probably forever. But also, like, uh, she was such a good lady that I am gonna feel really, really bad if I use her as an excuse to like break down and be upset and all of that too much more than I already have because yeah, she wouldn't have wanted all of that for me. Aw, sorry. What was up with your weekend? I was hoping everybody else had better days. Mine was pre-weekend. I've been home a couple of days. I got back, I think, on like Thursday, really late, and then I worked on yesterday-ish. Time is an illusion, and I have been in so many time zones. Hmm. Yeah, that's crappy. Sorry. but also probably means that it ain't worth your energy to be that upset about, for real. Like, that was one of the things that I used a lot of my therapy skills for when me and my ex broke up, was that when she started doing stuff like that, I went and my first initial reaction was to be like, man, what an asshole. What, like, that's so shitty, you know? And then after that, my reaction with all of my therapy skills on top of it got to turn into, man, that is so shitty. So maybe I don't have to care. you know? You know? Deep breaths. Loves. Loves to all the stitches. And, steal my free therapy. Do it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that's my point, right? That's shitty. Is probably something where, you would think, like, if there was care, if there was care, there would be more mourning period, right? So if there's not care, you also don't have to care. I know. I know it sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. I'm not saying it's not shitty. I'm saying sometimes we can take we can take other people being shitty and be like, okay, they are being shitty, right? That can allow you to not care because we don't have to care about people who are shitty people. We don't we don't have to care about shitty people. Listen, you don't have to care about shitty people. They're not worth your time because they're shitty people. Okay? You don't have to care about shitty people. Say it. You don't have to care about shitty people. Okay? Because if they're gonna be shitty, you don't have to be nice if they're gonna be shitty either way. Okay? So that means we don't have to care. A deep breath. We don't have to care. Okay? Take all of my therapy and many months of uh take yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe I'll make you guys a t-shirt that says we don't have to care about shitty people, you know? If you actually want that on a t-shirt, I that's not even hard. That's me like taking yeah, do it. Do it. Eat it. Put it in your lockbox and keep it there with all of your little bubbles. It's fine because it's good advice and I need to listen to it just as much as you guys, you know? It's good. It's good advice. We don't have to care about people who are being shitty either way. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be shitty either way. We don't have to care. Therapy. Therapy is so cool, you guys. Sorry. I I got home and like one of the very first things I had to do when I got back was go to therapy because I had an appointment that I didn't want to cancel like right after I went to a funeral that seemed like, probably not the time to cancel therapy. And yeah, I my therapist is really good at her job. I always come away feeling like really open and, like things are a little more okay. I know it's crazy. I'm not always good at conveying it because of, the tism part. But that one I have had a lot of practice with, so because of, yeah, my also ex of 8 years who dumped me and was being a butthole for is kind of still being a butthole, but like, you know, weird nice guy kind of way where I'm just trying to ignore her. But uh yeah, we don't have to care. If people are gonna be a butthole either way, then it's not our problem. We don't have to care. I will put it on a t-shirt. I want it on a t-shirt too. But I'm so bad at when I say I'm gonna go make t-shirts and stickers and stuff for you guys. I'm sorry. It's the ADHD in me, I swear. I do actually mean to go do that, and then I decide I'm not going to. Um, but on ongoing projects, the army has been scheming while I've been away, um, and has ideaed up a bunch of stuff for paper mill making. So we are we are doing notebook stuff. That's still happening. That's still in the works. I just keep having so much nonsense to do, you guys, and those are like a little bit labor intensive if you want to make them not cheap nonsense. But here, hold on. I have some paper I can show you guys though. All right. So, okay, here are the papers that you guys saw before, right? They're kind of thick. You can't see through them all that good, right? Because they're like pretty stiff paper. Like I can bend them, but you can see like even bending them that much, it's trying to crease, right? And like a big crease, like along fibers and stuff. Um, okay, so here are but these are the ones you saw last time. Okay, you already saw these technically, even if you weren't here. These are the ones I made this time. You hear that? That's paper rustling noises, guys. Because I can rustle the paper. Because it's not stiff this time. I fixed it. Look at that. Look at that. It's still gonna crease if I, fold it, but uh mostly um I was more careful. uh and also um okay, so uh people who were here the one time I actually did the paper making stream saw my materials that I was using, and I used those way longer than I should have. So here, you know what? We'll color this one last cat, and then we'll have like this cute little doodle block at least, and then if I get distracted for the rest of the stream, it won't matter so much. So here, let me finish this little cat. Um and then I will get distracted and tell you guys some more about my paper stuff cuz I am excited about that, and it is coming, and I am still working on it, and I know there are some people that like gave me some sweet investment money when I talked about that the first time, and I don't want you guys to think I like forgot about you, and I yeah. I am in fact working on it. It is growing in the background. It's like I said, a little bit labor intensive and kind of boring to watch if I don't have like a super cuts version of a bunch of different projects. So, I mean, I can't if you guys want me to sit down and like show you me making paper, uh yeah, exactly. The notebooks may get postponed, but I really love that idea and I have been working on it and they are not canceled. And here but so here are my main upgrades. Ugh. So the big thing that changed was before I was using this as my mold decal. Um so the thing that I was actually like framing the paper in was this piece of um plastic from a medicine case that I put some screen into with the stapler. Uh so it worked. Clearly it worked. But this is not exactly an intended tool for this kind of thing. And in order to get it to stick to this, I had to pack it pretty thick. And then also, I didn't have another. I also didn't realize. So, uh, funny enough, a lot of my upgrades. I think I showed you guys at some point. I bought a silly little Goodwill box for paper making that was like some child's like scrapbooking kit basically from the 70s or something. But I bought it for like $3 and I mostly bought it because it had a wooden mold decal in it. But it also came with a little instruction booklet that had some really, really good tips, like the fact that usually even if you don't have another like frame to put on top of this, what people will do is they will take another piece of screen and like press it so that it gets really flat, and that's why it's less stiff. Because if you don't do that, the fibers have a lot of air between them. So think of like a blow up mattress, right? So like if you have like a blow up mattress, right, and you have it and it's flat, it's gonna like, be a flat, flimsy sheet of plastic. But if you put air into it, it's stiff, right? Same thing with the paper. So if I don't press all of the water out before it dries, it leaves like little pockets for the air to make the paper stiff. So, um, so I didn't even think of that. So I just literally was using this and pulling water out of the bottom, like with a sponge. Uh, so that's why my paper is so much stiffer, or the my first mark paper is so much stiffer than my second mark paper. Um, so now what I have is from my cute little 70s kit, I have this. And it's like an actual piece of wood with the screen in it. It's basically the same thing that I had before, just a lot nicer. um, and yeah, it has just like two big wooden frames and then a piece of screen that somebody stapled to it. So it's just the nicer version of the thing that I already had, and I can tell that it's some child stuff from the 70s because there's definitely some stuff on the side where like the screen maybe is peeling a little bit right here, or like I think I see like a piece of some fractured wood after I've used it in the water a couple of times, you know. But it did work a lot better than uh my piece of medical plastic with a screen in it. Um so that was the big upgrade I think was just making the mold decal work like a mold decal is supposed to. Um but I think the second thing that also really helped that uh I kind of avoided doing the first time legit just because I didn't want to set up more things. Um, is my little kit came with these, which look like just big thick sheets of paper, but what they actually are is they're linen sheets. So they have fabric in them, which means I can wet them over and over again. They're basically like little pieces of felt that are thin. Um, and I can press the paper between this while it's drying so that it stays like paper, you know, like textured and flat and um then the water, you know, instead of seeping into like what I was doing for here, hold on. You can probably genuinely just see it on the paper. Um for these, I had them sat on a pair of jeans and you can see the texture from the jeans. Like this is just a jeans texture that is from the paper. Um, and on this one, there isn't any of that. You can see like there's some little flocking, which is what it's called when the fibers stick together, flocking. Um, so there's like some little fibery groups and stuff, but there isn't that really visible texture like you get. And also, then the paper, yeah. And then also the other thing that that does is here on the edges, it doesn't curl quite so much. Like if I had it between some, had it between some thick fabric before, right? And my edges are very curled up because they weren't like pressed into anything because I was trying not to leave the fabric texture on the paper, right? Um, So because I was trying not to leave the fabric texture, I ended up, you know, still leaving the fabric texture, but also not pressing my paper as well. So yeah, those are my cute little upgrades from my $3 Goodwill box. And they big upgrades actually for real. The other thing that I have as an upgrade that I haven't even done yet, um, but I had it like set up in the works before, um, and then I'll tell you about all the army scheming because this is all before I left even that this has been done. So, the army was scheming while I was away to help me with the paper mill. So there's even more progress to tell you guys about. Uh, but we can sit here and stare at the cats while I'm doing it because they're cute. And yeah, I was gonna say so. Before I left, I bought some. No, definitely coming out before GTA 6. Don't you worry. Uh, watch. I'm gonna say that and jinx the crap out of myself. Actually, you know what? If I jinx the crap out of myself on GTA 6 and it comes out tomorrow, I'll take that. That's fine. It's not going to. It's not happening. I don't believe in you. Um, but yeah, the notebooks are in progress for real. And before I got a really good tip on how to coat the paper because if you guys remember, one of the things that I said was a problem with my initial paper when I was like actually marker testing it and stuff. Ah, Yeah, it's every time the year changes, they change the year it's coming out. So it's not coming out anytime soon. And it better be freaking good. Otherwise, nobody's gonna care. Like there has been so much hype at this point. Like I I was upset with Cyberpunk for not just pushing the deadline a little bit and releasing updates uh when that happened. But with GTA 6, I kind of get it, honestly, because at this point, if they could release the Cyberpunk version, like the initial Cyberpunk version of GTA 6, and people would still be excited about it. But if they keep delaying it, everyone is going even the people that are still excited about it right now are going to eventually get on the bandwagon of how has it taken this long to put out this much game, right? There's no way that they can develop enough game at this point for it to be worth the wait. Like, especially with the amount of developers that I'm sure that they have at Rockstar that are all supposed to be working on this. Um, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that one, but I go back to the notebooks. But yeah, before GTA 6, probably. Uh, but one of the original problems with that was just that when I was marker testing it and stuff, it bled really bad. My paper didn't really have any way for inks and things to sit on top of the paper. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of not on the No Man's Sky, but I own that one and I don't really play it because I can't stand how buggy that one still is. Uh, sorry, No Man's Sky. Fix your multiplayer. Hi, who's yelling? What, Michelle? Hello. My big baby wants attention. I'll have to go cuddle with him later. Hi. But yeah, so I looked around a lot for a really like a cheap, inefficient or a cheap and efficient uh solution for just like some really basic coding for my paper. I didn't want to go out and buy like paper coding. Like there's so many chemical nonsense things that you can buy that are just like paper treatments. And I didn't want to do any of that because so far the point of my notebooks is I know exactly what's in the notebooks, right? All of the paper is recycled paper that I have that is just like, you know, printer paper, copy paper that I am recycling by hand, right? So even if it's, you know, like it just felt weird to go out after all of that effort and just buy some nonsense for coding them. Um, that's yeah, yeah, kind of. See, that's also part of the reason why talk about the notebooks like I do because I don't want you guys to think that I have the whole, like workshop set up already and like I could sell you a notebook tomorrow or anything like that. Like even if it ends up being true, I don't want to put that on myself as like something that needs to happen because I would rather give you guys like, all of the freaking fruits of my project efforts and I want my project efforts to feel good and I don't want to ADHD myself into not doing it, by making it feel like work. So, I'm gonna get you guys some really cute notebooks, but I'm also not gonna tell you guys that they're gonna be out tomorrow or anything because I don't know. I'm working on it. That's why I'm giving you guys, development notes. um, but yeah, so the thing that I did figure out to do for kind of a cheap and effective solution, I'm so sorry if you talked to my assistant. Considering, as far as I'm aware, the army doesn't even want to have access to the contact line. If you talked to my assistant, you got scammed. I don't know how someone managed to scam you off of my little tiny audience, but I am so sorry. If you don't talk to me directly for an order, yeah, that's not me. Sorry. I'm not big enough for an assistant quite yet. I would need to pay somebody. That'd be scary. Um, but yeah, so I keep not selling you guys. I bought gelatin. Here, there we go. I bought gelatin because apparently just like regular not like um flavored or colored or just like if you guys have ever seen baking gelatin, there's like a thing that's for baking that's just plain like the base of jello gelatin and um people use it in like ambrosia stuff like that or like sometimes I've made coffee jelly like which is just like you take the gelatin and you like tune the gelatin to water ratio up a little bit so that they're thicker, more like candies, and then you make them coffee flavored so they're like little coffee beans that you eat in the morning. Those are yummy. um Yeah, it is not that cold. It's colder than you might expect it to be for uh April actually, but it's not that cold. Sorry. Not ski mask cold. I don't think it got ski mask cold out here like all year. We got like two snows, I think. I think actually just two that I can remember. That stuck anyway. I mean, I'm sure we got some little sprinkly nonsense. But yeah, so gelatin coating. That'll be really cool. Hopefully, as soon as I show you guys whenever I get the Mark III paper done, that'll have the gelatin coating on for me to show you guys, and we can do some more. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. Is we'll do some like pen color marker testing on my paper. We'll see. Um, but that'll be cool. And either way, even if it isn't on stream or whatever, I will try to remember to upload some freaking little development notes or something on the subreddit because I do mean to go and tell you guys stuff on there, and then I just forget because I just forget. I forget nonsense all the time. I'm sorry. ADHD is a heck of a drug. I just need to write it down so that I remember, and I don't. But I will eventually, probably. And if I don't, you guys can still come here and get updates. I swear. And if I forget something, you can come here and be like, "Hey, you forgot that thing? Do it." And I probably will, because I'm a people pleaser. Ah, yeah, it's like 274 tabs open all at once, and then, like 2 gigs of memory. So, each tab is crashing constantly. You get like the first two sentences off the page, and then it's crashed. But that's okay. Speaking of, getting back to a tab from earlier, the army has been scheming since I've been away. So he has, you know, figured out some other space for us to go to do some paper making things, and he has decided which part of the paper making stuff would be easy for him to do if he was going to be like, my sous chef on that. And uh, we went out and bought like a huge plastic tub. So I think we are in the process of upgrading the hand paper mill, even if I don't have a paper machine ready yet. I swear, I told you guys I was gonna look at building a paper machine. Um, oh yeah, I did get all of those. There were a couple of them that were free. It was that and something else, I think. And yeah, I will have to try those because Graveyard Keeper did look like something I would play probably. Uh, Hiya, I see you. You want attention, Mister? Yeah, the booby Mister needs attention. I will probably finish up talking to you guys and head off for the afternoon, but I want to tell you guys about the freaking paper stuff because it's gonna be so cool. Um, but yeah, so hopefully, uh, I also bought a big wooden board to make more framing out of. So that'll be cool. I really, really, really think that yeah, it's getting going. It's upgrading. I have to I bought the big wooden board, but I have to actually, like cut it and put it together. And I I have a hand saw and not a table saw, and my hands, so that will be some effort. But I'm gonna do it, and it will come together. But yeah, uh, hopefully that means that I can make like instead of because see these paper sheets that I have right now are probably not even full A4 sheets. So even if I want to cut them down to this size, it's still only, probably like max 6 sheets of paper. Um, and that's a little bit lacking, honestly, even for this, because just let's see, I did I think 8 of these. So let's do some basic maths. I did like a 50-sheet notebook of tiny sheets like this over a whole afternoon. Like it's just not worth the labor quite there yet. Um, but it's getting there. It's getting there and we're upgrading. Uh yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, for people that want updates on the paper mill is that paper mills that are actual like machines um are way, way, way more physics than I was expecting. Um, and I can do math. The math is not the issue. The problem is that so basically there's this thing called a head box in a paper mill, right? And this thing called the head box requires me to not only do a lot of math, but also have a lot of like very sensitive like pressure and tension systems that I can adjust really carefully. And I would have to buy something to do that. There is absolutely no way that I manufacture a sensor that is that delicate. Um, so while we're not buying stuff, the paper mills are going to stay manual because, yeah, I did look up a lot of stuff and I read a lot of math to see if there was a way that I could do that. Um, and there kind of is, but also the amount of effort that it would take for me to build something like that. One, I don't want to do it before I move. because I still am planning on moving kind of soon. So, um, I don't want to do it before I move because I don't want to have a lot of big machinery nonsense to move. And two, yeah, it's complicated. It is really kind of complicated. It's not simple. It's not necessarily hard, but there are like a lot of big machinery type pieces I would have to set up even for a small one. So, for right this second, all of the paper machining will stay manual, which means that I am going to upcharge people for labor if I do end up selling the notebooks anytime soon. So sorry about that. But I will try to not make it freaking 150-page notebook for 5 hours worth of labor expensive. I'm still trying to get past that. Uh, but while I'm doing all of that, you guys should email me if you want like little goofy prototypes or something. I'm sure I will have plenty of prototypes to make. So if you guys want to weigh in on the prototypes, if you guys want to like, tell me that you think it would be really cool to have like little buckles here, or you really like notebooks with pockets. Can we please have notebooks with pockets? Crap like that. All of that is totally valid stuff for the business inquiries line. Go ahead and spam the email with notebook ideas if you want to do that. That's fine with me. Um, and yeah, I think because I said I was going to talk to you guys about the paper mill stuff and then wrap up. We will wrap up just like a little bit early, but here I'm gonna draw some more little mushrooms and take comments and all of that. So if you guys wanna say some stuff, or if Radius has more things about your weekend that you wanna yammer at me for a second while I draw some little mushrooms, you go right ahead. Oh yeah, and there's no freaking thing on here. I have to put my signature. It's not here. Hold on. My little app. How will you know who I am if you see this from a freaking stolen bot somewhere? For the record, if anybody thinks I'm like being a little bit weird and obsessive about putting my at on stuff, you're right. Um, but I also think that, there is a non-zero chance that even as a little tiny artist, my kittens end up on some freaking stolen bot somewhere. And so I like when I have a bunch of little ats hidden all over, because while the bot may take very clean, written watermarks out, it might not realize that my little goofy freaking slanted E's and E, and then I can say, hey, look, that's part of my freaking at. Here is the rest of my at. Please, stop stealing my things. Uh, and I also think that, like, if AI is gonna swipe my art and put it through algorithms or something, then it gives weird little visual nonsense for the AI to get tripped up on. I just like adding weird visual nonsense to my art in the day and age where weird little nonsense will get digitized in weird little nonsense ways. I probably, but yeah. Ugh. All right. Gonna be done a little bit early today, but I appreciate the heck out of all of you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I will be here next week. We will do some more cat stuff, probably some paper things if I have paper to show off to you guys, which I'm hoping will happen sometime this week. And yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. I will see you all next week. Be good, be safe, be kind, all of that. And yeah, keep your gas masks on. Help yourself with your gas mask before you help anybody else with theirs. There's a reason they say it on the airplane. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye.